Now, on the night itself, there's only one train running through. And once it's stopped, we've got 15 minutes to get all the bags off and loaded onto the lorry.
We're getting tooled up.
Koshes only, no guns.
You sure? Big job like this?
You take a gun, you might end up using it. We're just there for the money.
Hello there, I'm Johnny, and today we're taking a look at the Great Train Robbery from 2013. This is a two-part miniseries covering one of the biggest cash robberies of the 20th century. Despite the robbery being audacious and romanticized by the public, the production is a very well put together and sobering telling of the events, well worth checking out. The Great Train Robbery of 1963 is one of the most famous heists in history and has received a lot of attention over the years, the subject of numerous books and biographies of both the investigators and robbers. Likewise, the event has inspired video games, TV shows, and many movies. This particular production is inspired by the book Signal Red by Robert Ryan and used research material from the book The Great Train Robbery, The Untold Story from the Closed Investigation Files by Andrew Cook. The Great Train Robbery of 1963 saw 17 men make off with £2.61 million, about £70 million in today's money. The money was stolen from a Royal Mail train traveling from Glasgow to London that regularly transported banknotes, usually about 300,000 worth. But because the train was robbed after a bank holiday weekend, there was upwards of £3 million on the train. What is particularly amazing about this story from a modern perspective is looking back at a UK that was once a very high-trust society. Not every train carriage that transported money in the 1960s had alarms or even bars on the windows. Even radios were deemed an unnecessary expense. When the gang robbed this train, no armed guards were protecting the money carriage, and even the robbers who committed the offense did not carry firearms. Due to the lack of thought in protecting the carriage, the heist itself was only sophisticated in 1960s terms. In fact, part of the joy of watching the movie is that the characters are fairly regular people. The production nails some relatable events that place you in the shoes of these men. Some great scenes are just the pressure some of the men feel doing basic work, like switching a light bulb on a train signal. A small detail, but all these details have to line up for the heist to be a success. The men further have to learn about trains, such as how to decouple a train carriage. Easy if you know what you're doing, complicated if you haven't done it before. One solution to the problem was simply to get a library book with pictures on the subject. Part 1 of the two-part production is titled A Robber's Tale and is entirely from the point of view of the criminal gang led by Bruce Reynolds, well played by Luke Evans. All the characters, as is typical with higher-end British productions, are believable enough to suck you into the story and setting. British productions such as these never push their cast to overact. There is no melodrama, bleached white teeth, or cut-to-scene one-liner style humor such as in Hollywood. The gangsters in the film mesh well together, their excitement, concerns, and relationships with each other feel genuine. The only major downside is that with so many characters and talent on the screen, you wish you could have gotten to know the gangsters better in a longer series. Much of the character development is subtle and compact. For example, Reynolds' criminal lifestyle clearly affects his family. However, the director was able to highlight the gravity of the heist on this relationship with a short scene with minimal dialogue. The film does well taking the viewer on the emotional rollercoaster of the heist, the windfall, and the eventual overwhelming stress of the massive criminal investigation to follow. Part 2 is titled A Copper's Tale and is from the perspective of the investigating team led by DCS Tommy Butler, well played by Jim Broadbent. It's a brilliant format for the production, giving equal balance to the event. Viewing the robbery from the perspective of hard-working, proud, and patriotic police officers really highlights the side of Britain that resented the growing crime rate in the country at this time. Many police officers were also war veterans who fought and sacrificed for their country, who knew the meaning of hard times, and found the crime offensive to the nation. The crime represented a watershed moment in history, with some celebrating it and others resenting it. There was a shift in Britain in national pride, social connections, and accountability. National service ended the same year as the heist in 1963. And for better or worse, the individual is becoming substantially more important than the nation or the whole. Besides social commentary, the production is a great showcase of 1960s Britain, from the music, cars, trains, fashion, and dialogue. If you are nostalgic for the past, you'll likely enjoy this production. Alright, I'm Johnny. Thank you for watching. Do check out The Great Train Robbery if you like heist movies, honest, straightforward storytelling, and solid British acting. Do like, comment, or subscribe if you want to support the channel or the cat. And we'll see you next time. And do have a nice rest of your day.